Hello there and welcome back. Well, it's 6 o'clock, so it is time for a brand new one-day special. We are in for a treat. It's a Dolly Dimples one-day special, kicking off at an amazing deal. Freedom members, you've got a bigger saving, but I'll tell you all about that as the hour progresses. We are looking at the most incredible kimono girls, as you can see. We're getting all 6 of them within this set, 20 stamps in total, and the creativity that you are going to enjoy with these just goes on and on and on. And of course we see Dolly Dimples as that name on the screen. We know who's here joining us. It's Charmain. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
It's been a long time.
It has, we were just saying.
I know you've been doing shows, but yeah, you've
been
managed to avoid me.
Flash in the past and hello, hello, goodbye. But no, it's been a fair while since we've worked together.
I'm looking forward to this, I have to say.
I kind of thought that you'd knock me off the list.
Not at all, not at all. It's just you chose that other shift all the time to do your shows. No, only joking. Now, these are beautiful. I love the artistry that we've got within these. I've not seen these, obviously working with you, I've seen them on air, and they are gorgeous. Love these designs. They're
so cute, aren't they?
Beautiful.
They're really, really easy. They're easy to stand with, they're easy to colour in, they're easy to fussy cut. They're easy to paper piece, you know, you name it, you can pretty much do it with them. They're really, really quirky characters.
Love them, love them, love them, love them. And there's loads of finished samples. I've got to draw your attention to this particular one. Charmain particularly wanted me to show you this one. And straight away, you don't need to go beyond that front cover to see it's a work of art. I mean, look at this. This is beautiful. I mean, those classic colours that we see, the cerise pink, the black featuring within here. So what we've seen, oh my word, look at this.
So it's a template, but it's a spin-off from the template that comes in the paper kit, which we'll show. And our Sue has done this and she's made it into like a zigzaggy book. So we like to tweak with the templates. So we give you templates and then we play around with them and make them into something a little bit different. But she's had a whale of a time with that, using all the stamps, the papers, and going bright and vivid, and then using dyes and things and lots of the Dolly stash.
And just when you think you've got to the end of it, it's a zigzag book, as Charmain quite rightly said there, which means on the other side you've got all of those amazing images as well. Absolutely beautiful. That is gorgeous, isn't it? Someone's had a lot of time, a lot of fun, and spent a lot of time on that. Love that. So whether you are creating something as in-depth as that particular project, or maybe you're taking your elements, what can I bring up now? This one again, using a similar sort of idea.
Yeah, so that's the original template. Yeah. So how it's supposed to be intended, should I say?
I love it. And again, that black and red making an appearance. The beautiful blossoms there. And again, another beautiful kimono girl featuring inside. I love these as well because obviously we've got people that are using them flat on the page. This one, we've got a little bit of a curvature with it.
Yeah, so that was actually a sample, a demo that I did when I last brought them here, and that's using the paper kit. So if you're not into a stamping, we've got the paper kits as well. So you know, there's a crossover, but they do work side by side as well.
They do. You'll see these gorgeous background colours, and of course those background colours giving you maybe the inspiration of colours to actually use within your kimono. I like this. Now we've got a little case here. What's this?
Yeah, so that's my journaling Diddy suitcase box. So it's a template that we had on not so long back.
Oh wow!
And what Emma's done in there is she's used all the characters in there.
Oh, we've got some upside down. Oh, I don't know.
No, she's kind of gone topsy-turvy. And then when you turn the back, she's decorated the back up. So the suitcase is meant to come with little boxes in it, but I wanted to do it as a journal idea as well, so you can do the zigzaggy book inside it as well.
I love that twisting and turning.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
Absolutely beautiful. Love that. There's loads in there. The images that everybody's created with these, I mean, phenomenal. I mean, have a look at these again. And I'm thinking to myself, they're going to be perfect for paper piecing because of the size of the pieces.
Yeah. So I've used the background, one of the background border stamps with that one, and then coloured in with wax pencils. And obviously stamped her out with master and coloured her in with the wax pencils. You can go grungy as well. So you see that one that Emma's done there is grungy, and then she's cut her out and laid her up.
I love it.
Or you can go bright.
You can indeed. Now, have you seen the price that you've got with this deal? It is phenomenal. Your one-day special, you have got a huge saving. There's loads of finished samples. I'll show you more of those as the hour goes on. But it is a half-price saving. Have a look at the deal that you've got on your screen. Rather than paying £65.94, we have got an incredible deal. Right the way down to £32.97, which is phenomenal. it's a half price deal. But you know what? It gets better. If you are a Freedom member, then you are saving an extra 10%, meaning that you are bringing that price right the way down to £29.67. Now, they're usually £9.99 a set, sorry, £10.99 a set. So you're looking at basically, well, half of those well, you're getting as a bonus, aren't you? You're paying for 3 and getting the other 3 if you're not a Freedom member, but we're actually giving you a little bit of money back as well if you are a Freedom member with these. And they are beautiful. I'm just going to turn a couple of them around just so you can see the other side, because sometimes with packaging you can't always see the size of the stamps, but you will see these are really good size stamps. So whether you are using them and adding your colours, if you like your colouring in, if you like your watercolour pencils, perfect. If you like doing a little bit of decoupage, then nice simple lines, nice and easy for you to layer those up. And equally so if you like using your pretty papers, and do check out the paper pack that we've got for you on the show. They are absolutely perfect for your paper piecing. Absolutely gorgeous. Looking forward to seeing how we're going to see these used over the one-day special. But of course you can get yours nice and early. That way you know that you've got yours and you can sit back and relax and watch the shows and watch on repeat as well. Get even more ideas and inspiration from Charmain. But the paper kit, let me show you this because this is beautiful. Going for the one-day special, it's a natural thing to go for alongside it, because in here you can see you've got the amazing template there for your Japanese pagoda, which of course you're able to trace off, create your fabulous pagoda, or maybe you're going to do it as your zigzag fold book, as we saw. Loads of ways you can work with it, to be honest. You're going to start creating and making some amazing pieces, but then you have got your paper pack alongside this. Now, Charmain, talk me through what we've got within these pages, because there's a lot in here.
There is. You've got 7 decoupage, so you've got the individual girls and you've got 7 of them. So you know that with the stamps you get 6. One of them's colour slightly different, so you've got a seventh one. So you've got 7 decoupage, and then you've got 180 of the mini flowers.
Wow.
You've got 14 backing papers that are printed on, it's all printed on a cream paper.
Beautiful.
And the backing papers are just slightly smaller than A4.
Okay.
And then you have 6 sheets of cream 300 GSM card. And then you have the pagoda template, which is an absolute mouthful for me to say. You can use the template as many times as you want. You cut it out, you draw around it, rinse and repeat, and you can make to sell everything that we bring you from Dolly Dimples.
Because these are really attractive projects to be making. So I think if you are making to sell, you're going to have a queue of customers looking for these. Love the designs. Again, these are perfect to give you ideas and inspiration of how to add the colours if you do go for the stamps. So if you've gone for the stamps, naturally add these in. You're going to get your cream card bases there, so of course you can replicate those designs. And of course you've got those gorgeous papers down at the front there that you are going to be able to use alongside these. And you're going to get that incredible template. If you're looking for black card to create your lanterns with, do check out, because we've got a fabulous bundle of black cardstock that you will definitely want to add into your basket alongside these, but certainly something to add in. And at £14.99 it'd be rude not to. 055 600 if you fancy getting hold of that. Now, butterflies, these are beautiful. So many of us love butterflies, and these are brilliant because they're nice open areas, and you're getting an amazing deal for these as well. And these are gorgeous. Whoops-a-daisy, I think I just knocked over a kimono lady. The butterflies, I mean, these are gorgeous.
Yeah, you'll see with the samples, the girls have mixed them, so whether it with they use them on their own, or they use them with the Here Comes the Girls, fabulous girl characters, or they've used them with the Komodo girls, or they've used them in the background with other bits and pieces. So trying to choose the samples, I was like, oh, there's one with Alice, oh, there's one with this, oh, there's one with that. And they just cross over for all the different stamps and decoupage that we bring.
Absolutely beautiful. I mean, you can see there, obviously, the drama of using it against the black there, but again, using your more vintage tones there, lightening those tones rather than the solid outline. Again, make use of all those inky mop-ups that we've got. They're perfect. But again, wonderful if you're wanting to add, I mean, those two there, exactly the same butterfly, but by adding that inner detail, a few little glossy accents, maybe a few little pearls there as well. You are loving this, and I'm not surprised. You're saving £24, but do be aware, what was that update? 20% of the stock has gone. We've only just started showing you these, my goodness. So 920781. Oh, this is cute. Oh, this is like a little card.
That's a demo that I did last time I brought them. So I've stamped it out, coloured it in, as you can see, but stamped it on a fold.
And I like that because if you're doing your journaling, you could actually use that almost as a wraparound to go over a page, like a clip. That's nice as well,
or a bookmark.
Yes, good idea. This is a clever one as well, actually chopping and using it kind of off the page, going onto the page as well.
Well, it's kind of my first demo, and now that you're telling me how much stock's going, I think instead of stamping the kimono girls, I'm going to go in with the butterflies.
You might need to, you might need to. And there you go, as you were talking about using them, teaming them up with other things, as you can see there, absolutely loads of different ideas where you can start incorporating and adding those wings to other characters as you go. So for the time being, if you're wanting to get hold of this set, £19.96 is your price. Again, a £24 saving, but please, with these savings, you have to be quick. We know how popular Dolly Dimples sets are, and that one is flying out, if you excuse the pun. 920-781 being your item number if you're wanting to get hold of those. But it's not stopping there. We've got more bargains for you, and this time we're moving on to dies, and we've got 2 sets for you. Some of these you will have noticed with the finished samples that we were looking at earlier on, and they're lovely whether you're cutting them out in a solid colour or whether you're using them for their kind of botanical element. I love these. Really effective, really useful ones to have in your stash. So you can see you've got kind of like a border of that chain link running down the side there. But then at the same time, you have got the kind of the configuration of it being a larger area. This is a nice one because you can kind of multi-cut this one, Charmain, and kind
what do
of
you mean it's a
tessellate
nice
it.
one? They're all nice ones.
No, but I mean if you like tessellated and things like that, you could build that up into a frame very easily.
Yeah, definitely. They're perfect for frames, they're perfect for journals, they're perfect for quick cards, anything where you just want to accent, is that the right word?
I think it is, it's the one we're going to use.
Is that how we speak?
Yeah, I think so.
English language is just crazy, isn't it? Same thing means so many different things.
Well, this is true. Now, this is a pretty one. So this is kind of showing you how you can get that whimsical nature with those gorgeous little leaf fronds and the little curls. And I love these because they're lovely to kind of poke over the top of different projects.
It's really cute because what she's
really
done, that's, Lou Sims did a Facebook Living crafting together with all brands. I didn't realise she bought the dies. And she did that right back at the beginning, and she did that, and I tuned in, I'm like, they're my dies.
And I love it, you can see how they've been used almost like little paper clips on the edge of the page there as well. Beautiful, very popular again. You've got £10 saving with these ones, bringing them right the way down to £19.98. One more set for me to share with you, which you're already looking at on the screen there, and this is brilliant, especially if you're into things like your journaling and making your little tab books and things like that, because you've got your pages. And I love this because it's the ultimate ledger, and what you've got is a series of dies that will allow you to cut out your ledger pages, so you can see the little tabs that are featuring, but then you've got additional embellishments that you can then go on and decorate them, and this just illustrates perfectly how you can use those with those little tabs, making little pockets, and again you'll see many of those dies appearing. These are a lovely little idea here.
Again, this is one of the ones that Sue's done, and she's done like 2 book covers and used it as little pockets and put the ledger page inside them. Whereas the one that's directly underneath your hand is like a drawer. So the girls have done different things, and you open it out, but all the dies are in that book that you have there to start off with. So you open that one out.
I see.
That's it,
right.
the drawer.
Okay, got it that way now. Yeah.
Very, very simple mechanism. And
then you've got like more complicated.
an index, like an index, just
fabulous?
from the same die, making a little box. And then what it was originally intended for is what's in my hand.
Oh, okay.
So I have problems with memory, and I have it throughout the family.
Tell you what, because we can need to get the camera so as we can have a proper good look at that, we will come over to you if that's okay, Charmain, and we can go straight into the demonstration afterwards. But before we do that, I've got to give you some figures. Background stamps, you are going to love these. These are going to work so well and so useful, and these are lovely there. You can see that kind of like that signature look that we see from Dolly Dimples with regards to the papers. These are a fabulous price. They're not papers, they are stamps, so you are going to be able to replicate these over and over again. £19.96. You've got 4 of those botanical background stamps there, absolutely beautiful, as you can see. £24 saving. I told you it was an hour for bargains, not just your one-day special, but all those fabulous savings. Like you've got multiple one-day specials, really, isn't it? Something else that I need to tell you about are these stencils. Oh, these are brilliant. Now, we've got a variety of different combinations with these. So you're going to get 3 A5 stencils. They've all got different item numbers and they've got different contents, but you're going to get all 3 of them for just £14.97. So this one, you've got your maze, your roses and your cosmic with those gorgeous swirls, as you can see there. Love that idea. 551993 if you're wanting to get hold of those ones. But if you want something that's got kind of an industrial look, then maybe this is the one for you, because you've got your screw heads with your nails and your dots and your dash shoes and your shards. That's not an easy one to say. £14.97, 443554. And the last trio that we've got for you are these, and these are brilliant because you've got all sorts, again, circles, cells and seeds. £14.97. And do keep an eagle eye as you are checking out your baskets online, because we have actually got end of call stencils as well that you can add in for no additional post and packing. So Charmaine, you were talking about the little book that you've got.
Okay, so the little book, I mean, it's got lots and lots of the different products in here. So you've got on the front of it, there's two little holes that you can punch the holes in, or you can just do the dies. Let me just grab one. You can just punch them out. This is your ledger pages, like so.
So when you use the die, that's what you get. You cut out that little tab page.
Yes. Okay. So you get 4 of them in. Now, the reason why I did 4 and not 2, because you could actually flip them the other way around, is, as you know, when you die cut, you get that beveled edge. So I didn't want that to be where we flip it round and you don't get the bevel edge. So if you wanted to cut 2 out that are exactly the same, you can glue them together so you can actually make them really, really thick, or you could do 3 together and then you've got it as a substrate where you can put heavy mediums on it. So you get all 4 of the dies to make the ledger pages.
And that's brilliant because the tabs are at different points for this exact reason, as you can see here.
Yep. If Charmain gets them in the right place, because for some reason I've got 6 because I'm greedy. And then, of course, you can carry on by building up more and more and more. Does that make sense so far?
Very
so
clever.
I've cut them out ready to play with in a bit because I'm going to do something else. I'll put them to one side. And you can see with this one, I use it for some more like memories, and not just memories. I mean, I've got loads of personal ones, which I'm not going to bring.
Yeah.
But these are like, you know, how did I do this technique?
Yes.
And we forget things, don't we? I mean, the Facebook Lives are awesome for that. You go, oh, got that stash. Yes. Get it out and use it. So I've used one of the dies to create a stencil and use it to ink around, you know, the long one. So if I bring that one in, it's already got ready to pop out.
Lovely.
So that I've used as a stencil here to create this, and I've actually glued some of the stencil on. Now the actual border on this one here, this is where, playing with your dies, you end up with what we class as waste. Now this one punches out the little skinny bit in the centre. You take that away and you use that, and you would have 2 negatives, this side and this side.
Oh, of course,
but the negatives are not waste, because that's a fancy bit on a piece of card, which ended up being this bit here.
Clever.
If I kind of flip it that way around, you can see that's what we class as the waste. So I use that as well. So it's a 3 for 1. So I put that to one side. The arrows, I wanted a left and a right. And if I punch them out twice, I can glue them together. So that way it then seals it in. So I've used the same stencil again, and then I've used that other stencil. It's getting a bit tatty, it's in and out now. Come on, you little devil. I've used the negative from that other die. If I bring that back in, I've used that negative and the actual piece, what it was intended to do, but use the negative there to make it into a different one as well. Does that make sense so
It does
far?
indeed. So you've been using the set there for the ledger, and of course the ledger comes in a pairing of die sets. Then you've also been using those little retro elements as well, so they all go together beautifully.
They're all mixed and matched. I mean, they were all designed to go together, and I've always wanted the chevrons or arrows, whatever you would like to call them, but I've got the, both of them. So you can build these up and make them bigger and bigger and bigger. You can write your notes on them and things like that. And then, of course, I've got my stamps in here, little techniques, some alcohol ink, little doodly things, glossy accents over the top of tiny little bits of punched out paper. Love that idea because it's normally what goes in the bin.
It's true,
but Charmain's really tight, so she likes using them as embellishments.
But it's the size of this, I think, is perfect, because this is going to be able to fit in your bag or in your pocket. I'd be using, I mean, obviously you can use it as a little kind of arty project like you can see with this, but also you could be using it for making notes. I love, well, here we all kind of have little conversations about, oh, what box set are you watching? Can you suggest something that I watch on TV? And I forget if I don't write it down. So something like this, you could have a little section that you're just jotting down those things to watch when there's nothing else to watch.
Right, we'll put that to one side. I've got partially way through it, so I can put that to one side. It's always great for techniques for me as well.
Cool.
Things that we haven't done before, which is what I said spread. So if I put that to one side, we'll get started, shall we?
Fabulous. What we're going to work with.
Here we go. Here we go. As you know, I wasn't supposed to be here, so it was mad prepping last night.
Yeah, you have helped us out, so thank you for that, Charmain.
It was mad prepping like crazy last night. And thanks to Emma Blake for keeping me company. Video chat while I'm prepping last night. So she's playing and crafting and making.
Long distance crafting, I love it.
Talking absolute twaddle till gone 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my goodness, Charmain.
Yeah, while listening to somebody do the great big Zs because he's got a drive going. From 2 walls apart, and she could hear it. Absolutely. I was like, oh, I'm never going to get to sleep tonight. Anyway, I'm going to start with the butterfly first because we have still got some.
We have indeed. Yeah.
I'm not stamping the whole image on here. I'm just going to stamp part of the image and build it round and round in a circle, if that makes sense.
It does.
So I've got my first piece on, and I forgot my tissue. What a dozer. Oh well, look, it's going to get a dirty bottom. Then what I do is I would spin it round.
Okay.
And pop it back in, and this is when I usually use the acetate carrier to line back up.
Yeah.
So I take my acetate carrier, I'd place that down like so, and then I'd line it back up, because you know that this is dirty. I'm going to get dirty fingers now because I'm not cleaning in between.
I see, yeah.
So I'd line that back up again.
Position it.
Yeah. Oh, that's the word, isn't it? Position. And because it's on the edge of my stamp press here, I know that that's going to go a little bit wonky donkey, so I've got to do a little bit more jiggy jiggy.
I love this. The only show where you can get wonky donkey and jiggy jiggy.
All in the same sentence. I've got more.
I love it.
I don't make sense.com, tell you. Right, so we've got that in position. We flip that, remove that, and then ink up. Now I'm using VersaFine Clair, because I know I want to use watercolour pens. So that's my preference.
And it's nice because it picks out all that crisp image that you can see. There's such a lot of detail in there.
I don't think there's a Versa that I don't like.
They are brilliant brand.
I like all the Versa. That's for sure. Right, so ink that. I don't know if I've inked it all properly. No, I've missed a bit. I had a feeling I didn't go crazy on the old ink. So ink a little bit more, which is the advantage of using one of these. As long as your papas don't knock your paper. Which happens to me a lot. A lot of the time I try to line up at the top, and then I know keep it neat, right? So happy with that. I think I've got all the image, but then I would carry on. Now I'm not going to rinse and repeat that because I know that would be boring viewing, so I'm just going to put that back. So just spin it round.
Okay.
And then here's one we did earlier. Now, if I can have some tissue,
that would be onto that one.
Excellent, please, because I don't know where I put my cloth and I don't want to go rooting for it.
Well, while we are sorting that out, can I show you some finished samples with those gorgeous butterflies on? Because there's so many different ways you can work with these. It's a really useful set of butterflies. And as you've seen from the demonstration so far, they're big, big butterflies. So whether you're using them in a tiny element or whether you're multi-layering them, you've got plenty of scope, plenty of room there for you to use them. And of course the beauty is you can add them to other elements here as well. Half the stock has gone of these, so please do be quick with regards to these. We are going to go straight back to Charmain in a few moments, but if you have got your heart set on them, please do not leave it for too long, because I hate for you to miss out on them. You can see they're being used in the background. They do work beautifully alongside the one-day special as well, because that simplicity of that design and that kind of fluttering feeling that you're going to get alongside those butterflies is perfect as a background to work with your one-day special. And of course we've got bargains galore during this hour. We okay, Charmain? Did you get your tissue?
I did. I just wanted to clean that mat before I ended up putting something else in and getting a mucky bum. You don't want a mucky bum. Right, so I've got 3 stamped out where you've just seen a sneaky peek of each, and then so that's how I would aim for it. But I've got one. I was going to do, like, you know, the old-fashioned. Here's one I made earlier. Okay. So I've got one I started colouring in. So what I've used is I'm using what was yesterday's or the day before's ODS, the Brunzel.
Yeah,
I just know that it's secure, and anything that comes from them I enjoy using. So I going to add just a little bit of neat colour just to the butterfly in the centre of the wings. Centre of the wings, no, it would be nearest to the body. Okay. You can see what I'm doing, can't you? So add a little bit of a dark colour there, and a little bit of dark colour here, and then I'm going to jump to my next colour, which is In Your Face Orange, and colour that wing going over the top of the first layer, and bringing it up. So it's a nice watercolour.
I should have
pen.
asked you, Charmain, what cardstock are you working on now?
Well, I'll give you a wild guess, Hayley. We've got it on the show.
Is it the mixed media?
This is the mixed media card,
people, yeah, lots of people have been placing. I think they must have recognised it. So yeah, lots of you have been placing your orders for this one. So you're getting 30 sheets, £9.99. My goodness, that is good value. It's 250 GSM, and I thought when I looked at it, it looks a really good weight. This cardstock.
It is. It's great for construction as well. I know old school we were always taught 300, 300 hogwash. If you're sticking things to it. I really like this. I got hold of it a couple of years ago and I was testing it. And originally the first one that I got was a 300 gram. And I didn't like it as much as I did the 250. Okay. So we worked on that. Now I want In Your Face Yellow. Where's the In Your Face Yellow I want? Oh no, I'm going to step it down just a wee notch. Okay, so I've got the 2 shades on there, and then I'm going in with yellow. I'm going around the items. I'm not being too fussy about it. I'm not doing anything that you couldn't do, and this is absolutely amazing for me because this is quite fast. So it's a nice coverage of ink, and then I can go in and add a little bit to it. I mean, if you colour it, if you're not, if you're not confident with colouring, just slap it on and go as bright as you dare and have fun.
I love it. And you can see, I mean, that we couldn't get any closer really to what we're seeing there with Charmain working with that fabulous mixed media cardstock. But you can notice there as she's working with it, it's not pilling, you've not got any little pieces rubbing off on there as she's adding the colour. So perfect one to use for adding your colour with your pens. I mean, can you use it with your pastes and your mediums and all sorts of
things? Yeah,
can you? Oh
right. yes. I use it with watercolour, I use it with Pretty Gritty products, and they're, you know, fixed. Yeah. I use it with sprays, I use it with my stencils, I use it with...
It's like your go-to cardstock then.
It is, and I even use it with my alcohol pens. It's kind of got a little bit of a tooth, but not too smooth and not too rough. Okay. Just the way I like it.
Yes, it makes sense, just like Goldilocks, right in the middle.
Yeah,
just
in the middle, that's the one. So I'm just going in with my original first colour. So I'm just going to flick in some colour of the flowers. If I leave a little bit, then that's going to be my white space where my gel pen goes, and that will dictate where the white little bit is going to go, because I'm not doing none of that shading malarkey of the light comes from here or it comes from there. I just want pretty, bright, vibrant colours. So I've got the same orange that I've used. I'm sticking with that for my leaves. I'm not going green because I'm different. And then I'm going to add the yellow in the centre bit. So I've done a bit top, bit bottom, and add a little bit of the colour so it's nice and bright all the way down the centre. And these are really juicy, really juicy watercolours.
I've just found a little kimono girl that's been coloured in. You could have almost been made for the card that Charmain's working on there, because the colours that you've got there. I mean,
yeah, quick, rip her off.
I can't dismantle this one, but she would have been perfect to go on there, wouldn't she, with those gorgeous pinks and the gorgeous orange tones there.
Quick, pull her off. I have actually got one done.
Poor Anne would be heartbroken if you ripped her project apart there, but it just shows you that they do work well together.
No, I think Anne will be absolutely delighted that you liked her card in the first place. She's just beautiful. You know, they see the one right in front of you there with all the girls.
This one, all the lady that I'm getting ready to show everybody that
awesome,
one.
That one. I'm just going to use a gel pen, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use, it's a white gel pen, and I'm just going to add, clean me balls, I've got sticky balls, gee. I'm going to add, with the watercolour, it's dry enough, and I'm just going to add a few little dots. Can you see? Just up the stem. It does, doesn't it? And this is it. If you don't want to do shading and things, you can add other things to it. You can go in and you can tweak with the bits with a little bit of black, and it changes it up. So you can see how I've done little bits on this one. You can see how I've just started doing that, and then just adding, like, say, the little dots here to the what do they call them? Ooh,
wings?
the stuff that makes wine. Grapes.
Oh, grapes. I want to drink.
Wine. She wants to drink.
The decoration detail.
Okay,
oh,
so
beautiful.
I'm going to leave that as is.
Okay.
And then I'm going to jump to the next step. If you want to do a recap where I grab
will
my
indeed.
bits.
And I'm going to show everybody those fabulous kimono girls that we were just talking about. This is the example that Charmain wanted me to share with you. Anne-Marie again has created this one. She's had loads of fun. I mean, look at all these gorgeous characters featuring here. They are absolutely beautiful. So obviously you can use them in their own right. And I just feel as if, what's the opera where they say they've got all those little ladies? It's not Madame Butterfly, is it, with all the, I don't know. I'll have to do a bit of research for later on as well. Not too sure, but I'm not going to sing it because it won't sound anything like it. So I better do some research of my own. But have a look at this. This is beautiful. Again, it's kind of one of those zigzag books, but again, taking the circles, putting the circles together, and then of course making your papers, using those gorgeous discs there, almost turn them into the little Japanese style coins that you've got. Love this idea. Papers being made there and turned into little tiny fans. The lovely lady that we saw just a few moments ago, again, building up your design, using your stencils that you've got in your stash and having loads and loads of fun. Now, don't forget, if you are going for the one-day special, do look ahead to the paper pack because, of course, you'll have the template in there to create the amazing lantern. But whatever you are creating with these, you are assured to create something that is absolutely beautiful. You've got your 6 stamps. You're normally paying £10.99 for each one of these, which, to be honest, is really good value for money because you've got a lot of content in there, not just your main character, but lots of supportive elements as well. But this is a one-day special. We want better than that, and that's exactly what we've got, because usually you'd be going for a half-price deal with this one. You can see there £32.97 being your saving and what you're spending. But if you're a Freedom member, guess what? It gets even better. £36.27. You are saving more than you are spending at £29.67 price. Try again. £29.67 is your price. That's what I was trying to say. You're all right. You've only got another 30 minutes to put up with me. 20 stamps within this set, as you can see there. 773075 is going to get them all on their way to you, and you are going to have loads and loads of fun with these. They've got the cutest little faces there, and of course you can be creating them perhaps with the traditional darker hair, but they look so cool and funky when you mix up the colours with those. Give them blonde hair, give them blue hair, purple hair. You will have loads of fun with these, and you'll be creating some beautiful little kimono girls in the process. If you're wanting your 773075, do please add those into your basket. But of course, I mentioned that paper pack. I'm going to tell you about that in a few moments, but before we start looking at that, I need to tell you that 20% of your one-day special has gone. It's proving to be a very popular bundle, and they are beautiful. If you use the first time that you've seen these up close, just like I have, then you are definitely investing in a fabulous bundle with this one-day special. But of course, those papers, let me tell you about those papers because they are gorgeous, and they work alongside absolutely beautifully. So of course, you've got your characters, which I'll show you in just a few moments, the character pages, but then you've also got your lantern that we were talking about as well with regards to those. So if you're wanting to get hold of these are the papers if you're wanting them. So you're going to have these all pre-printed with the different designs featuring on there, as you can see. So you're going to get 7 of these. 7 of these, as you can see. So you've got loads there, all the different colourways, maybe taking inspiration. If you have a bit of a kind of crafter's block and you're not too sure as to how to work with the stamps, then that's where you could get your inspiration. You've got your fabulous cardstock in there, and of course you've got your template, the template that will allow you to create beautiful things, just like this amazing template that's been used here to create that fabulous zigzag fold book featuring the one-day special girls there. Rapidly approaching 20% of the stock of that set has gone, so if you're wanting those, then the details there, 055600, just £14.99. But of course, Charmain has been working with those butterflies. Let me show you these because they have proved to be very popular as well. Lots of you have been adding these in. That price, I'm not surprised. I mean, you're getting all 4 of those big size stamps there for a better than half price. So you're saving £24 on this one. You're paying just £19.94, and you are getting all 4 of those. They are big size stamps, but 60% of the stock has gone. A couple of other finished samples that I can share with you. Again, using it with the one-day special. You wouldn't think, let's give them wings, let's give those little kimono girls wings, but don't they work well? Absolutely beautiful, adding them in alongside, but of course you've still got that gorgeous detail from those one-day special ladies, but then of course using them as a background. You've got that gorgeous kind of outline sketch that we just saw stamped out so beautifully by Charmain. So of course you can use that. You don't have to add colour. You could just go on top of a layer of colour that you've created yourself or a background paper. And what Sue has done though, she's built it up as a background, so it's completely flat, but she's added detail. She's added a little bit of relief there. I think she's done a bit of heat embossing there to raise that image up. And again, it doesn't matter how you work with these, you are going to create some absolutely amazing little ladies, little girls, or just use them as they are on their own. Gorgeous every single time. £19.96. If you fancy getting hold of these, then 920781, and you'll find them on the website. You'll also find the fabulous cardstock that Charmain has been working with. Do treat yourself to that. Now, if you've never tried it before, please believe me, for £9.99 for that gorgeous white multimedia cardstock and the black as well, treat yourself to that, because they are incredible quality and you will wish that you'd found it sooner. And you can see there you've got fabulous reviews there, 5-star reviews. Stencils, they're gorgeous as well, so you could treat yourself to those because you've got discounts on everything throughout these one-day special shows, but only while stocks last, so make sure you get in nice and early with regards to those. Now, of course, we were chatting about those butterflies and working with different elements, and I think we're looking at the one-day special next, aren't we?
Yep, mixing it all up. So,
lovely.
Okay, I'm stamping one of my kimono girls, and same ink, same pens that I've just used. Get her stamped out. Pray to the Lord of Craftiness.
I was praying to the stamping gods earlier on.
Right, we'll pop her back. So she can
I love that. Is that like an iris that she's holding there? It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it does look a bit like an iris, doesn't it? Now, I've pre-stamped her out. Now, I've got one of these. There's a mask somewhere, and it's here somewhere, and it's gone west. Don't know where.
Okay.
So what I've done is I've stamped it out onto a carrier sheet.
Okay.
I'm just going to close that up and pop it to one. No, I want her out of there, don't I? Come out, madam. Don't be hiding in there. So I want her out. So I've stamped it out. It's going to rub away because I didn't bring my stairs on. But all I'm doing is...
You just need that rough outline.
I am just cutting. I mean, I do have her as a mask, but I want this as an inner mask.
See, this is a good idea. I mean, you could be doing these with these stamps and then keeping the stamps with the masks and the elements to reuse over and over.
It's one of the first things that I do, Hayley, is stamp them out onto paper, because one, you want to check your stamps. So any stamp that I buy, first thing I do is stamp it onto paper, make sure there's no faults, and then that paper piece becomes straight away, one, it's my test, two, it's my mask.
It's usable, yeah.
So
did these little ladies have any names, by the way?
No, come on, no, girls. No, we didn't give them names because I wouldn't want to offend Japanese ladies by not pronouncing them correctly.
Well, you need Jill Clay for that, don't we? Lovely
yeah, but
Jill,
I'd still get it all muffled up. I can't do English names, let alone Japanese.
Well, they can be whatever names you choose to give them when you get them home, can't you?
They can indeed.
£32.97, of course. That is your one-day special price with those. And, of course, Charmain is stamping and using that fabulous mixed media cardstock. 30 sheets, 250 GSM. It's been flying out. Lots of you have been taking advantage of this cardstock. And it's a popular one. I mean, what sort of feedback do you get from your customers with regards to this one, Charmain?
I get a lot of people that regularly buy it, and they don't just buy one back at a time.
Yeah, you don't want to be out of stock of this, really, do you?
No, I mean, you can feel the quality of it, can't you?
It's got that ping test, you know, when you flick it and you can hear it.
The what? The ping test?
Ping,
It's stropeable and pingable.
It is, indeed. Now, £9.99 is going to get you that 250 GSM cardstock, 30 sheets of that. And, of course, it's your go-to cardstock because, as you can see on the label there, you're going to be able to use it for all your mixed media, not just your stamping and your colouring in, but things like your pastes, your stencils. It'll be a go-to cardstock where the answer will be yes when you start saying, can I use it for? And the answer will be yes, because you can use it for pretty much everything. OK, Charmain. OK,
so all I've done is I've scribbled a little bit of colour. I'm not going to mix and make up the perfect skin tone colour because I just quite like this one. And then I've spread a little bit of water, and then I do a little tester because this is going to get cut out. So I do a little tester. I might need a little bit more water, and then when I'm happy with it, yeah, I'm happy with that. So she's going to get colour on her face, and there we go. I mean, if you want to leave them, because it's not white,
yeah,
it's not
nice,
the bright white, it's a white card. It's not, when you get my cream next to it, you can see that it's not a bright white, so you could leave it if you want. But I kind of want her a little bit of colour in there. So give her hands. It's like one of these things when I look at stamps, I usually forget the shoulders or the feet or the little bit of neck. And then I can go in a little bit stronger on the cheekage. There we go, give her rosy cheeks there.
Lovely.
And then if I grab my tissue, I can blot out. There we go, happy with that. So job's a good one. And that's as far as I'm going to go with it, with the skin tonage.
Okay.
Tonage. Where did that one come from? Now I'm going to go in with orange. I want to go, I think it's this one. So as I said, I'm going to cut her out. I'm going to go with a dark one first. So one of the things, in fact, I'm going to switch. One of the things I like about this is you've got that fine end.
Oh, double-ended, yeah.
Yeah, so you know that I usually go around with a pencil. So I don't need to, obviously, with this pen because it's got double end, so cooly-wooly. So going around the outside edge there, get that in. So that's going to be my shading, which normally I do last. But today I want to do it first. And get that on there. And we'll go underneath the flower, like so. And then we'll switch to the pen. Now, I'm just going to pull a little bit of that colour in. And then I'm just going to jump, well, I'm not going to jump, that's not happening, to a lighter shade. So just a fraction. And just a tad under there. Take my water brush, my paintbrush, a little bit of water, and just pull a little bit of that colour out. Happy with that. So I'm just going to do one side.
Okay.
And then I'm going to jump. What's this jumping business?
You're doing a lot of jumping. You're wearing me out.
Oh, dear me. So I'm going to add my next colour, which is a shade. It's really nice and brown. And I'm going to throw that colour on quite quickly, because you know I don't colour in fast.
These, I love these pens. I mean, the coverage of them is fabulous.
I know, they're wet and juicy. I like wet and juicy. So here we go. So you could do it as a watercolour, but I want it to be strong and vibrant. So just pop that down on there. Gorgeous. And jump again. There's lots of jumping going on. Jump back to the darker one and add a little bit more underneath, a little bit on the top there, a little shadow of that, and forget the grey business because we're just going with a darker shade of what we're using. And then I'm going to not jump, I'm going to grab a turquoise and then I'm going to do little flicks.
All those colours look nice together.
I know, turquoise, lime green. I'm actually doing orange for, you know, Kay Rutter from who did the hookey board?
Yes, I do, yes.
Yeah,
lovely
when we're
Kay.
doing his live, she keeps telling me to do orange. And,
Oh, okay.
you know, I'm a lime green and turquoise or purple or pink.
Well, if I remember rightly, she used to like her bright green. I remember her bright green fingernails.
Oh, yes, yeah. And the board
board.
was pink. So I've gone in with one shade, I'm going in with the other shade, and then because it's really wet, I'm going to leave that, and I can go back in and I can put more colour on it and more colour in it and so on. Anyway, that's the technique that I do for the whole thing, all the way through. Nothing fancy, nothing technical.
It's nice and achievable, isn't it? That's
very
the key
achievable,
thing, yeah.
very simple. Kids can do it, hence why I'm doing it. And, you know, there's no point me teaching an artist to paint. So what I've done is I've finished her, cut her out, and here's the one that I did earlier. So now you see what my mask is for. So I'm going to place this mask so you can see the embossing here.
Oh, I see. Okay, clever.
So I've used all the same colours. I'm going to place my mask on there. I'm going to do this on here with the magnets, like so. So pop that on, sit nicely, behave. Okay, might be a bit wonky donkey.
I never tried putting the magnets on the outside.
Yeah, I use this on my stencils.
Oh, okay.
So pop that on there, get that on there. And then I am going to use, which one did I use? Oh, she might have different, I think it was that one. That's okay then. And because I'm on the top of the press and not inside the press, I will grab that and the clear one.
Okay.
Ink
This
that.
is a clever technique.
Look at that magnet, it's wanting to give it a kiss. Come on, get over the you. Don't be doing that ping thing, that's how I broke it last time. Right, so I've got that on there. And I didn't use the anti-static pad, but to be honest with you, I don't really need to because, well, could have done, but I don't really need to because I've got it all masked off. So get that thing. Now, my stamp wasn't clean, so which is good for you as viewers because you can actually see
it's gone, yeah.
It's not clear. So move that over.
But you're going to go in with your embossing powder anyway, aren't you?
I am indeed. So I'll pop that over to one side for Ron. So just in case he pops in. And in we go with the copper embossing powder. So get that on there. Oh, I don't want to give her a beard. I'll just be so wrong. So I'll tap my excess off.
Wonderful.
Just a little flick.
That's lovely. I mean, I love that sort of, kind of coin stamp anyway. I mean, that's like a lovely pattern building stamp, but there, clever detail there. I
do
it.
like, I mean, I've got a stencil that's very, very similar to this one, which was, you know, brought later. But as you know, I like my things to cross over to the next, to the next, to the next, so you can get them out and play. As a crafter, I want things that I can use for the next,
well, makes sense,
the next step and the next step and the next step. So you don't just want to use one thing once, you want to keep using. So let's move. I'm going to lift this up because otherwise it's going to cause condensation on the mat.
Oh yes, that's the point, isn't it? Yeah.
So.
Wonderful. And
so
again,
got a quiet gun, but it takes a wee while longer.
Can I show you a couple of the finished samples as well? Charmain's heating out, and we'll go back to her any second now, don't worry. But so yeah, just while she's heating embossing, I mean, cute little ladies, they're just so cute. I just want to keep showing you them over and over again. So there you go, you can see there. Again, this one, lots of colouring in detail being done on the sleeves rather than a stamp over the top of it, as you can see. But of course, the papers being used potentially in the background maybe. There you go, stencils again, I love that. Look, that spotlight area behind. Who's created that one? Anne-Marie. I seem to have a little bit of a... Yeah, I was going to say, I seem to be going in for Anne-Marie's finished samples time and time again.
Emma's.
Emma.
I can tell by looking at it.
I was just looking at the back there, I was trying to figure out whether this was made by Grandad, Mum, Sister, or I don't know. Emma.
Oh, that was me.
Okay.
I wrote... because she stuck some peel-off, Chinese peel-off stickers.
Oh, and that's
I know what they all mean.
Oh, I see.
She didn't. She just used them as pretties.
But you did your research.
And I wrote them on so that you could, do it.
I see. I thought it was a team effort then. Oh, that's lovely. I like that. That's a nice touch as well. Are you all embossed?
Oh, I'm all embossed, yeah. I'm all embossed. It's quite quick, so pop that back. No, it's lovely. I'd rather you show samples, to be honest. Right, OK, so she's embossed, so she's got a matching sleeves now, so it gives us a pattern. So if I bring that particular one in, all the stamps, do it that way around, you might be able to, all the stamps have got accent stamps with them, but they will cross over to each other. So that's what I used. I used those two together. So I'll move that to one side. So now we're going to bring the butterflies in.
Oh, I see.
And we're going to grab the stencil. And we're going to go back to the stamp pressy thing.
Wonderful. Now, which stencil's this one? Oh, it's like the little circle.
So this is from set 1, and oh, excuse me, burpy. That's not good, especially on telly. This is from set 1, and it's entwined circles.
Oh, OK. So is this the one that comes with the cells and the seeds as well? Circles, cells and seeds, we've got it listed as, I think.
I can't remember what else comes with it.
I think it does. That's what we've got in our picture anyway.
I did well to remember it's set 1 and the name of it. I don't know who I am most days.
Just so you can double check. It is indeed. There you go. You can see it on the left-hand side there.
I'm not that professional. Oh, no. OK, so I'm going to start darkest colour first. So I'm going to grab my oxide and my brush and I'm pop them in. Because I'm working on a stencil and I've got the butterflies already done there, I'm now going to use my... Oh, yeah, I can see the edge. It's good because you can see through it. So I'm going to start with a little bit of blue. I'm going to drag that along the top there. Lovely. And then I'm going to move my stencil. I'm going to come down here. And I'm going to do a little bit of blue going up the way like so.
Oh, that's nice.
Makes sense?
Just to give you a bit of a time check, we've got about 7 minutes left, Charmain.
Right, so that means speed crafting. Here we go.
To be honest, I was meant to tell you about 5 minutes ago, but I was that carried away watching you, I forgot to mention it.
Baddie, you just wanted me to go fast, didn't you?
No, at all.
We can speed craft. So I'm jumping to the red and Going to mix that in. Now I could have gone back, which is what I was going to do, so I'll do it on this side. I'll go back in, and then I can, if I move that off, I can actually pattern match it back up again. So if you didn't move it about and you did one area at once, it'd probably make it more simple. So go in with my red, put my red in there, and then finally I would add the yellow in. Or I would miss an area, so let's bring that off and you can have a look.
Oh, that's nice.
So you can see
I like that.
how it's turned out there. So move that to one side. Luckily, in good old-fashioned
there you
style,
go.
I left a patch in the centre and I just filled it in with the yellow. So I used the mustard seed on the centre of that. So let's move that over there out the way. And then what I've done is I've taken some frosted acetate. I think we're just going to jump a step because I was going to do it. I've taken some frosted acetate, scored it and cut a section out. And these bits here are the this dye.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, and what I've done is I put it onto, I've got a piece here ready to do as well. I put it onto some sticky back, what do you call it, double-sided sticker.
Oh, right, okay.
It's there somewhere, isn't it? Double-sided sticky, run it through my machine, and then when I pull it out, it becomes sticky already.
So you haven't got to worry about the glue then.
Yeah, so I take my black card, and then I won't pop out all these bits, but I will just grab, Poke Tool seems to be hiding. So just get rid of the backing on that one. There we go. And then when you reveal that off and you pop out all these bits, you can then stick it straight down on there. So that's what I've done there. Does that make sense?
It does, because I mean, it looks like a fabulous little kind of screen that you've got there. Very effective.
She's cooly woolly, isn't she? So she's going to get glued down on there. So if I just grab my glue.
Wonderful.
So I'm just going to put some wet glue on her. Oops, I shouldn't have gone too high because I've only cut part of her out. So there she is. And she's going on there, like that. And this will get glued inside there, but before we do that, I've die cutted these out. You get a left and a right.
They come in with the same set as the little retro elements.
So I've die cutted those out and I've added with the same colours that were in a dress, and I've got one left to do. So are we all right for time?
Yeah,
I'll get that coloured in really, really quickly. So I've done the green, nice and simple. Now, one of the things that I like about this die is the fact that you've not just got embossed lines there. So if you wanted to split these sections, you can actually split them, and then you could individually curl them. So I've got my dark orange there, and then I'm going to go in with my bright orange, chuck some colour on there, scribble it round, half on, half off, and no fancy shading. Then we will do, in fact, I'll do it the opposite way around. Get that colour on there, and that in, and Robbie's grandson came round and he was playing with these a while back when I first got these. So I mean, they're great for the kids as well. So I don't really like sharing my crafty stuff with children. Not anymore. I've been there and done that. I don't need to do it again. So I just added a little bit of the white gel pen and a few little dots, and then I decided that I quite liked little black dots, thinking of the dark red flowers that you get, and you know, and they've got little black dots. So now I can't spot my black pen. So here we go. So out of the same pens again, if I go in with that, because it's got the fine line on there, just a couple of little dots in there, in the centre up here, and those are going to go, because you get the reverse. So this is the middle one, because it's going that way.
Lovely.
And then that one is going to go, so it's going to tuck behind there like that and come out of her ear roll.
Oh, as they do. Go.
Yeah, that's just how flowers should be, shouldn't they? And then that one is going to come down like so. This is going to get glued in there. Are we all right for time?
Absolutely. You've got about 2 minutes left. You can make another card. No, I'm only joking. Isn't that cool? I love it. Love it, and it shows you how those different elements come together. Obviously, starting with the butterflies that have been so popular during this hour, and of course, with the one-day special, you've got that fabulous kimono girl. But of course, those dies that were being used there with that wraparound, both coming together. These are brilliant as well. They've proved to be very, very popular. So you can see there, you've got your border there, you've got your kind of joined-up element there. But as you saw there, the border can be used to fill a larger area. Again, you've kind of got your border edge strip there, and of course, all those gorgeous fronds and twirls and little flower birds. Beautiful there. £19.98 if you're wanting that particular set, and they are perfect to go alongside your one-day special. And that's where I'm going to give you those details again, because it is a one-day special that has launched, well, about an hour ago, and it's proved to be a very popular one. Your 6 kimono girls that we're going to see in action over the next 24 hours. But what a saving. You've got a half-price deal, as you can see there. You are saving £32.97. Unless you're a Freedom member, when you are saving even more, bringing it down to just £29.67. That's an extra 10% saving purely for being a Freedom member. 773075 is that all-important item number. And of course, you can add any of those other goodies into your basket at the same time. Charmaine, it's me and you again at 8 o'clock. Looking forward to it.
Now, what shall we do at 8 o'clock? I have a couple of plans. I have a couple of plans. You want a sneaky peek?
Oh, if you've got it quick, we've only got about 15 seconds if you've got it to hand. Ooh. Or maybe we'll just have to tempt the guys at home. Then that way you'll tune in and see a little bit later on. We will keep it. We'll keep it undercover.
Yeah. Bright, vibrant, funky.
That's Charmaine in a sentence. There you go. We will see you at 8 o'clock. Hope you can count on your company. See